And
Oh,
here we go. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Steve. I'll be your cameraman, and this is Jack. He'll be your guide. So enjoy.
yeah. So as we can see, we have our players are conquesting their first moons. Usually, the strategy is to get all the moons in the initial power radius of your home base, and then start taking the planets. But we'll see what both players do. Um,
God, look at how fast
as we
both
can
of
see,
them
there's
are.
a yeah, no, yeah, they're fast players. It seems like there's about five moons in the initial range. Um, oh, the first planet. Ferret's taking his first planet. Looks like Danny took his first planet as well. And now that they have more power range, they're conquesting those moons and this side planet over here. I wonder who's. Oh, it looks like Danny's going directly for the sniper planet. This is an interesting play, and we'll see. We'll have to see if it pays off. Oh, and it does. So we'll see if Ferret tries to take that planet from him. It's a very well positioned planet in the center of the solar system, and it provides power all over. And it also provides access to the sniper ships, which are can be extremely powerful. We'll see if he starts to rack up the snipers and how he can make use of those. Oh, looks like he's already got one sniper. We'll see what he can do with those. Looks like Ferret's got the point defense planet. Danny just got the torpedo planet. In the bottom left of the screen, you can see the minimap overlay, and we can see that Ferret currently has three additional planets, and Panda has three as well. It looks like Ferret's going to the far side, taking that other planet. And oh, Danny's reinforcing the torpedoes. The torpedoes can fire a barrage of missiles, and they can be pretty powerful. Looks like they might fight over here. We'll see. Oh! Might be a little skirmish here. Looks like Ferret's really fighting for the control of those moons. Going on a quick conquest here. Oh! Got 33 troops. What will he do?
How do you think he's going to fare
See
against
what
that
plays.
sniper planet?
I don't know. I think if he rushes, he might have enough. But it looks like there's actually quite a few ships protecting the sniper planet. But I think if Ferret looks like they're about even on troops, Panda's got a little bit more. So I don't think it would be wise to attack right now. I think Ferret really needs to focus on harassing the moons and the easy to take planets. But it looks like Danny's stacking up pretty hard on that sniper planet. All right. We'll be curious to see what the players do next. Looks like Ferret's repositioning his forces. Oh, Danny's going in on the planet. Can he defend? Oh, the snipers are supporting. That's the advantage of the snipers. They can shoot from a long distance and support attacks from far away. Looks like he's got that attack no problem with about 30 ships against just the turrets. Oh, a death from above attack. 50 troops is no small amount. We'll see what Ferret can do with these. Looks like he's building up. You know, in the middle of the game, it's a good idea to keep your forces consolidated in one big clump. That way you can react to the enemy, and if they're trying to attack your planets, you can easily reinforce it and not have to go to a bunch of different planets and grab different troops. Look, it's quite an even game, though. It looks like the numbers are slightly... they're actually really dead even right now. Oh, the first asteroids have just spawned, so this is a really critical moment. As these first asteroids they give elite ships which can really change the tides of the game. And it looks like, if I were Danny, I'd be trying to harass that asteroid and make sure Ferret doesn't get that. Oh, and if Ferret gets both these asteroids, it could be just game. Even though their tide count, if he gets both of these, that is huge. So I'm curious what's happening on that far asteroid. It looks like there's about to be a fight over there. Oh, he's moving his troops away. It looks like he's got the asteroid. Yep, he's got the asteroid. And looks like it's being delivered to that planet. Oh, yep, he's got some sniper ships and battleships over there. And he just got the other asteroid. We'll see what he can do. He's at fleet capacity right now, so he really just has to start burning some troops here. He has an advantage if he can press that further. Maybe take the sniper planet. He'll be in good shape. Oh, looks like 120 ships at the home base. Sending them in on the sniper planet right now.
Ooh, and he took it too.
Oh, yep. This is looking dire for Danny. Danny needs to, take those weak planets and start to claw back into this match. Honestly, at this point, if Ferret might be able to wipe him out at his home, but if Ferret takes the sun, oh, it looks like Danny's going for the sun. This is high risk, high reward play. It looks like, oh no, Danny's been disconnected. Hopefully he rejoins soon. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe a Wi-Fi outage. We'll see if Ferret rushes him or waits for Danny to rejoin. Either way. Oh, Danny's back.
Red team
though it's not looking too good for him. If we look at the minimap, you see that Ferret has. Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on with Danny, but when you're facing down 120 buffed troops, there's really not much you can do with an army of probably around 20 or 30.
I'm going to zoom in and give us a POV of Ferret right now.
Yeah. Really, he's just going through all the planets right now. That's what you want to do when you have the buff and the numbers. Just take it all and close out the game. Oh, looks like this is about to be it. There's no way to come back from this big of a troop deficit.
Oh, poor Danny. That was unlucky with the Wi-Fi drop there.
Yeah. It was still, without the drop, it would have still been hard to come back from that position. But definitely the Wi-Fi drop did not help. And 5, 4, 3,
Blue
2,
has
1.
been eliminated.
And that
Red
is
team
GG, going in the way of Ferret. That was a well-fought game.
Yeah, this is a great game.
And yeah, all right. We have Panda versus Raccoon in this match. Hopefully the overlay should update. With blue team, it is Raccoon, not an admin. As we can see, both the players are rushing their initial moons. It looks like Panda's actually going for that planet on the left there, and looks like they've got it and are going for. This is a strategy we haven't seen before, going for both the planets right off the bat, as opposed to going for all the moons first and then taking the planets. So we'll see if this pays off. Right. And it looks like Panda's going after this torpedo planet already, and they're taking out the torpedoes before they go in with their whole forces. That way they don't get wrecked by the missiles. And they're even micromanaging and spreading around their troops to reduce the splash damage. And yeah, they're. If we can see on the mini-map, both players. Well, actually, Panda has 3 planets, and it'd be great if not an admin could leave the Daunt to spectator. It's messing with the camera, but as we can see, Raccoon's going in on that torpedo planet. Oh, but the neutral snipers are really shutting down those forces. Oh, and Panda's going for the sniper planet right now. Looks like to be a successful attack, and Panda gets it. We'll have to see how Raccoon deals with this. Raccoon really just needs moons in production right now, because they're so... Well, they're not too far behind in troops right now, but this could be exacerbated if the pacing continues in the way that it is. And as we can see by that, Panda now has power on Blue's side, and might be... Oh, it's already starting to harass their planets. But it looks like Panda has moved away from Raccoon's planet, instead opting to take that neutral planet on the other side of the map. And they're continuing on. Panda looks like... Oh, now it has power at this production planet on the side of the map. And Panda's just taking all these moons. And the reason that that's good is because moons equal production, and so Panda's not only able to boost their own production, but is able to shut off the production of Raccoon. And Panda's going all the way around the entire map, taking all the moons. And that's also something we haven't really talked about, the God of Conquest, which is the highlighted god here. But the God of Conquest can get a bonus ship by taking over moons. And what this means is that taking over moons is even more beneficial, and conquesting around the entire map is also a way to build up an army. Looks like Panda's moving and consolidating their forces, but we'll see what they do with those troops. The troop count seemed about dead even. Oh, Panda's going for the sun here, which could be a high risk play. They don't want to lose a lot of troops to the neutral turrets, which they look like they were successful about. And we'll see how Raccoon deals with this. There's 20 seconds before the buff goes to red, which could be hugely detrimental to Raccoon. And it looks like Raccoon's trying to consolidate their forces before they move in. But I don't think they'll have enough time here. Oh, it looks like they've instead opted to go for one of Red's planets while Red has all their troops on the sun. But I think Pandas just directly went for the home base. We'll see what happens here. Oh, this could be a quick match. Let's get a shot of that home base right now. Panda has tons of troops just swarming it, and those are buffed too. But it looks like Blue still has a lot of troops. They have about equal counts. But the question is, can Blue mount a successful defense here? It looks like Panda's also distributing the snipers to the nearby moons. And it looks like that's paying off. And the buff troops are shred through normal troops. And the snipers too. Wow. That was a bold strategy from Panda, and it paid off. Going straight for the sun and then straight for the home base. WiggleZ versus Blaze, and I apologize. I said that Father Lawrence won, but Blaze won the last round. All right, we've got that sorted, and it looks like Blaze is going for those initial moons, and so is WiggleZ. WiggleZ is using wormholes to conquest those moons, which is a good strategy because I think it's faster than holding them and walking around. I guess WiggleZ contemplated going for that planet, but ultimately decided not to. Oh, we'll see. One troop. Oh, that was close, but WiggleZ managed to take that planet, and is now going for the other one. A bit of a risky attack with the 2 lasers on 3 guys, but very close. Should have troops at the home base though, to take that planet. Yep, as expected. And WiggleZ is off to it's too close to call. WiggleZ has a slight lead though, and that's because WiggleZ has 1 more planet than Blaze. Hopefully, Blaze got disconnected, but hopefully they should be back momentarily. Are they back? Yes, they are. Okay, great. And it looks like might have a stuck wormhole here. I'm not sure what this is going on exactly. Might have been a visual glitch from the reconnection, it looks like, unfortunately. Hopefully that should resolve itself. We will find out. Alright, it looks like WiggleZ is using the wormhole conquest strategy to go all around and accumulate troops. Still a very close match, and WiggleZ makes the move on the torpedo planet and takes it. It's generally a good idea for the torpedo planets, I find, to just wait till you have a good amount of troops before attacking those, because the torpedoes can really shred through troops. It looks like WiggleZ is doing their best to combat the conquest coming here by WiggleZ. And I think WiggleZ is really making a great use of the God of Conquest here. Just absolutely going around through all these moons and all these planets and really accumulating this bonus. And we'll see what WiggleZ does in response. If I were WiggleZ here, I'd think I'd be using the same strategy against them, against WiggleZ, and I'd be going around all those moons that WiggleZ takes and all those undefended planets and just conquesting those to build up troops. Because we can see how conquesting with God of Conquest gives you an advantage in troops.
I'm really impressed by WiggleZ's wormhole placement. Man, he's amazing with that.
Yeah, and some players will prefer to walk around with troops, and others will just prefer to make networks of wormholes. And we see how it's paying off here. And WiggleZ is just, as we look at the minimap, we see it's all WiggleZ. And we'll see how WiggleZ is able to respond to this. And I think soon, WiggleZ could be doing an attack, but it looks like, and maybe they're sending them in on. It's hard to say, but it looks like they're just absolutely conquesting all the moons here. We'll see how WiggleZ can deal with this attack. It looks like WiggleZ is harassing the blue base with some troops here. And if we look at the troop counts, it's looking grim for WiggleZ. And it's a hard situation here, right? Because WiggleZ has so many troops here, so if WiggleZ starts to go around and try to get moons, Red will definitely come in and swipe out the home base here.
I don't see WiggleZ taking advantage of his snipers, though.
Yeah, WiggleZ is very focused on the home base over here. Let's see now that WiggleZ's attention is shifted away from this. This might be an attack. WiggleZ is moving all their troops forward, and we'll see if they mount a lethal attack on the blue home base here. Looks like they're just really pinning him down, and those torpedoes, as we can see, are just absolutely volleying in and taking out the blue troops here. And that's something about torpedoes, that they have slightly longer range than most ships, so they can just shell a base from a little bit farther away. And it looks like the attack is being made right now. And this is not looking good for WiggleZ. And wow, there wasn't even a timer because WiggleZ had no ships left. And WiggleZ had killed all of WiggleZ's ships. Wow, what a match. That was great use of the God of Conquest there. And yeah, with the wormhole placements, I really liked that. We just saw WiggleZ making great use of the wormholes, and the quick wormholes just move their troops so fast around the match. And that was awesome. All right, and we'll be right back with the next match. Let's watch this match. All right, Speedy God is Big Sigma, which is blue. So looks like a classic moon conquest strategy. And as something we've been seeing is, even though those moons are technically out of the power radius, the players are still able to barely eke by and capture them, staying in their power range. Looks like the snipers are harassing Big Sigma there. Alright, Big Sigma, we'll see if they go for their planet. It looks like we're following Ferret now, and Ferret's already got their first planet. Has been taking over the moons there. We'll see if they go for this next one. They've got the moons. Now they've got power all the way over there from the other base, and I think they've got enough in hand to go in on that planet, but it looks like they're holding off and maybe getting a bit more troops before they go in. And we can see that they have about 20 troops in hand there, and now they're running over to that planet, and it looks like they're able to capture it, without suffering too many casualties. And a pretty standard opener from both players here, just going for the planets. We don't see anything crazy like an immediate sun play just yet. But now we're seeing the players clashing a little bit as they fight for those moons. I'm interested to see how the players are interacting here. Oh, looks like a little bit of a planet snipe here as Big Sigma comes in and swoops this planet out from under red as they were about to just take it. Oh, and a little standoff. Oh, will they retreat or will they fight it out? Just a bit of micro from both players. Alright, they're in a little bit of a standoff here. Oh, a little wormhole bait there. You'll have to see the micro from these players. Alright, if I were in these players' position, I'd just pull more troops from my home base, and it's not generally worth it to play here, but it looks like Big Sigma Speedy God might have a little bit of an advantage. Because I'm looking at the mini-map, right, and I'm seeing that they have more planets than Red at the moment, and presumably more production as well. Alright. And it looks like Speedy God, aka Big Sigma, is regrouping their troops all together. They have a good 57 troops, including the turrets at that planet, and they're going to make a play for the sniper planet. And we'll see how Red responds to this threat. If you let a team accumulate snipers, they can be used to control a lot of the map. So we'll see how Ferret responds to this. Are they going to let Big Sigma hold this sniper planet, or are they going to make a play, even though there are a lot of troops here? Oh, it looks like they will make a play. Ferret will make a play for the sniper planet. And they do a good job. Oh, but there comes in Speedy God with the 59 or 49 troops. And now the numbers are definitely in favor of Speedy Gods, as we can see by the mini-map. There's just an absolute troop imbalance right now. I'm not sure what Ferret can do to come back other than just play their encounters well and just try to preserve troops here. Looks like Speedy God's making some attacks, and looks like Ferret did a counterattack. Just as Speedy God moved their troops away, Ferret was able to snipe that planet, so they did a little planet exchange. I'm not sure who came out on top there, but no player was absolutely wrecked there. But it looks like, oh, the first asteroids are out, and we'll see how the players deal with that. It looks like Speedy God definitely has the numbers advantage, but these asteroids could provide an opportunity for Ferret to come back. But against 73 troops on an asteroid, it's hard to do that. We'll see what Ferret can do here. See that? Oh,
Red team
without even waiting for the
control
asteroid,
their home base.
we see that Speedy God is going in on the home planet, and I'm not sure what Red can do here. It seems rough against 72 ships. Red probably has around 40 troops right now. Oh, but actually Red's just gotten that asteroid. And what that means is they've just finished it and gotten an elite reinforcement. So maybe they can come in with a couple seconds to spare. We'll see if they can make this attack, and if they saw they got those elite troops.
Oh, too late.
Too late. Oh,
Too late. Oh,
timing.
brutal.
Yeah, brutal. I'm not sure if those elite ships would have turned the tides of the battle there if they had come a couple seconds sooner. But yeah, it was a good game and well fought from both parties.
Okay, cool.
All right, we've got Panda versus Solar here. Looks like the other players are going to the spectator team. Nice. All right, Solar's going after the moons. Standard strategy. Looks like Panda's doing the same. Panda came in first place in the last tournament, and that's why they have the special crown, as we can see far away.
Yeah, a lot of people are vying
Yeah.
for that crown this time around. Let's see if he can
I
defend
know,
it.
yeah. Can he defend the #1 place, or will there be an upset in the bracket? Oh, Bear! We'll see if Panda comes in with the snipe on that planet. Yep, there we go. Solar's managed to recover that. That could be disastrous if you leave a neutral planet with 0 and an opponent comes in and swipes it away from you. It looks like Panda's already gotten 3 of the planets, which is amazing pacing for this point in the match. We'll see if Solar is able to keep up, as Panda's got a lot of speed, and that's why Panda is the #1 player. And look at how fast Panda is zooming around the match. I'd like to see Solar's perspective here of how they're dealing with this massive expansion coming from Panda. Looks like they've got that moon next to the sniper planet. But now Panda's power is starting to extend within the range of Solar. We'll have to see how Solar can deal with this, and I think getting moons is the right idea at this point. You gotta start building your territory and protecting your moons, because without them you won't be able to produce as fast and you'll fall behind. And it looks like that's exactly what Solar's doing right now.
Panda looks like he's making a play on the sniper.
Yep, it looks like Panda's just locked down the sniper planet, and this should give Panda power everywhere around the center, which is a big deal. And it should open up more options. Looks like Solar lost a fair amount of troops in taking that planet due to the missiles, which was unfortunate, and is definitely not what Solar needed at this moment. Looks like Solar's focusing on moons, as we talked about. That should be a good strategy here. We'll see what Panda can do. And the sun. This is a critical moment. If Panda gets this sun, it's certainly over for Solar, as the troop deficit is already immense. And it's hard to know what to do in Solar's position here. It's a tough situation. I don't know what I'd be doing here besides just harassing troops. But when you've piled on 70 troops onto the sun, it's really hard to defend against.
Blue team has been buffed.
And it looks like that's been the strategy for Panda this whole tournament, has been just all about the sun. All about rushing and getting an initial advantage and then converting it into a win using the sun.
Red team has lost.
And there go the
control of
troops.
base.
A masterful attack which defeated Solar's home base defenses within seconds. And now there's really no hope, unfortunately, for Solar here, as just the troop deficit is too much, and fighting against buffed troops like that is futile. And this has been another fast match. We'll see if anyone's able to
Red
dethrone
team
Panda
has regained control
as the
of
God
their
of
home
Sweat
base.
is, of course,
Red
Panda's
team
title.
has lost control of their
Yeah,
home
We're
base.
seeing why today.
Yeah, that combination of sun and sniper planet is proving deadly right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much the snipers were doing for Panda here, but it's mainly, I think, about building an initial troop advantage and then converting that into a win with the sun. And the only way I can
Red
think of
team has
to
been eliminated.
prevent this from happening
Blue
is
team
to
won.
fight an intense early game, and not let Panda build up an initial troop advantage to where Panda can just go for the sun and get that buff. It's really all right. Awesome. Now we've got Panda versus WiggleZ, and we'll see if Panda's sun strategy wins against Wiggle's God of Conquest wormhole strategy. And as we can see, the strategies are already in play. WiggleZ going around with all the wormholes, just absolutely conquesting these moons. And Panda looks to be using a grab-based approach, going around with troops in their hand instead of using the wormholes here. can see, yep, moving around the clump of troops, just taking out these turrets. Oh, and going for the planet now. Looks like suffering some losses there because there was no shield in Panda's hand, which is definitely not what you want early game. You want to make sure that you have a shield protecting your troops when you go after neutral planets, and make sure, just because every troop counts in the early game. We can see Panda, yep, going around. No power there, so can't get that moon just yet. They're going around to these other ones. We'll see if they can make a successful play on this torpedo planet. Looks like they've suffered some losses, and no shields anymore. This is a bad attack going in. Yep, and Panda knows it. Looks like WiggleZ doesn't have many troops either right now, though. So we'll see if they're able to make use of the God of Conquest bonus to get these troops. All right. Yep. Still using the wormhole strategy, and we'll see which strategy is superior in this match, whether it's the use of wormholes to conquest or the traditionally preferred method of grabbing troops and running around as fast as you can. Oh, looks like a little skirmish here. WiggleZ doesn't have a lot of shields there, which is rough, especially going up against a heavy laser-dominated force like Panda's got over there. And troops aren't too different right now, but definitely you don't want to fall behind in troops against Panda, because once you do, Panda will go for the sun, and then you will not be able to contest it with a troop deficit. And we'll see how WiggleZ is able to combat this. Panda's consolidating their troops, going between all the planets they control and moving them all into the sniper planet. It's been a common strategy, yep, for Panda to go for that sniper planet and keep a large army there. We'll see where they're sending them, just all around to these different planets. And now, oh, are they going to go for the sun? Nope, not quite. It's interesting to see the use of the double wormholes here. I think what Panda's doing is extending the range of the wormhole by making one going up and then the other coming back down. And looks like WiggleZ is using a smaller force to go around and try to harass moons. We'll see how that pays off for them. I'm thinking any moment here, Panda's just gonna rush the sun here, but we'll see. Panda definitely has the troop advantage, maybe not by the margins that Panda wants though. Oh, but it looks like here it comes.
The sun has been freed.
We'll see that the sun's defenses are no match for Panda's army of 42 here. Let's see though if WiggleZ can do anything about it. Oh, here they come. This will be a fight that really matters. This fight right now will determine the game, I believe. And it looks like Panda has won that fight, and we can see the troop imbalance right now. That WiggleZ does not stand too much chance once this sun buff pops in a couple seconds. And WiggleZ is already moving their troops back to their home base to try to defend this attack. So there's not much you can do against a player with this many troops and this many buff troops. Sure. And yep, there it is. As you can see, Panda's spreading their troops around the base, making sure that their troops aren't too clumped up. It's one of the things, especially even though they're playing God of Conquest here, if there was volatility where there's a lot more splash damage, you really want to make sure you have your troops spread out. And WiggleZ has some troops around, but they might have given up. No, they are consolidating their troops and going in to try to defend. But against buff troops and a troop deficit, there's really nothing you can do. That was a good showing by Panda. And a good try by WiggleZ, that's for sure. All
Okay.
right, and we're back here with the second semifinals game. We've got Panda going. Oh, no, wait, sorry. We've got Big Sigma as Speedy God going against Shay 49. It looks like Shay's going around with the initial grab-based conquest, taking the moons first. Yep, and they're having a decent pace here. It's important though when you're God of Conquest here, and notice those troops are spawning, and it's important to grab them. That way you don't have straggling troops around. And I think Shay's missed a couple random troops here and there, which is not too bad. But you might as well collect them while you're going around. That way you can save time.
Sniper ship harassing him.
Snipers fighting. Yep. Once those snipers start shooting at you, you gotta get out of there. Oh, looks like an attack being made on the first planet here. It looks like at this time Speedy God has taken 2 of the planets, so they probably have better pacing than Blue here. But we'll see if Blue is able to pick up the pace and maintain a good troop balance. Yep, Speedy God takes their 3rd planet here, and is now making their way over to this next planet here, and countering Blue's attack. But let's see. Blue's coming in with troops. Let's see who will win this match. It's a close encounter here. Oh, and Shay wins that encounter and takes the planet. That was good, and that's actually a really great play for Shay, because now they have a troop advantage and maybe a slight territory advantage as well. Though it looks like their planet counts are tied at the moment. I'm curious here if we're going to see use of the sniper planet, or how highly these two players value the sniper planet in the sun here, because they've just been fighting at this outer ring, which is common in the early game. But as we start to transition to the mid game here within the next minute, we should see some players deciding whether they want to go into the middle or not. And of course, those torpedo planets are looking juicy, but we got to keep in mind that they're being protected by those few snipers right now. Looks like Speedy God's collecting their forces and is going to make a play for that side planet there. Far off in the distance, it looks like Blue didn't have too many forces there. Oh, but now they're moving in. Though it looks like this is actually a huge win for Red, as Shay just lost most of their forces, not having the best positioning going into that attack. But now Speedy God's just conquesting this side here and is expanding their territory and trying to do their best to press this advantage while they can. Steve, if you were in the position of Blue right now, what do you do at this spot in the game when you're down on troops and territory?
Yeah, I think you have to pull back, muster your troops, and then try to take the next planet and defend it, because there's really not a whole lot you can do against Speedy God out on the edges. You just got to consolidate your home base area.
Yeah, it's really about making smart attacks and using every troop to their maximum potential. When you're playing from behind, you have to be, making smart attacks, attacking from behind, conquesting moons, taking planets that are undefended, and you have to hope that the player who's currently winning, misplays it and does bad attacks.
Yeah, Speedy seems pretty confident because he wasn't moving quickly to get that sniper planet, so I'm curious to see how that'll pay off.
It looks like a snipe, but a quick counterattack coming through the wormholes, and it looks like Speedy God's spreading out their troops, that way they don't succumb to the splash damage as they emerge. Oh, and it looks like Shay's has very little troops right now. We can see the sliver, though it is increasing, but it's not looking too great for Shay right now. However, nothing is impossible. And it looks like
Curious to see
Speedy
what he's
God.
going to do here.
Yeah, it looks like Speedy God's pressing the advantage and continuing the assault. And it looks like there's a decent fight happening here. And Shay's onto there. I saw for a second that Shay had absolutely 0 troops remaining besides turrets, which is not a good sign at this point in the game. I'll be honest with you. But we'll see if Big Sigma, aka Speedy God, Red plays aggressive here, then Red can close out this game. If not, it gives Blue an opportunity to claw their way back into this game. And we can see that Speedy God's about to get an asteroid here. Oh, and they're making a play for the home base. We gotta let's go see that fight.
Blue team has lost control of their home base.
Oh, and with 44 troops, there's not much that
Red
Shay can do.
won.
And just like that, that will be the game. All right. And now we've got the finals of Tournament 2. We've got Big Sigma as Speedy God versus Panda. Panda is on the right as Red, and Speedy God is on the left as Blue. Panda doing a classic grab-based rollout, capturing all of these initial moons, running around with ships in their hand. And we see Speedy God using a very similar method over there in the background. And I'd be careful as Panda here. You only have laser ships in your hand, so if you're going to attack a planet, you're going to suffer heavy casualties. But actually, that was a good attack there, and we'll see if Panda has a good attack on this other planet as well. It looks like it is a successful attack. That was a quick rollout. It looks like Speedy God is not too far behind, capturing those 2 planets. So these players are well matched, and it looks to be about an even game so far, with a slight troop favor for Speedy God. But it could go either way at this point. We can see Speedy God is really focusing on these moons, and I think he's about to make a play for this point defense planet that's slightly off screen down to the right here. Yep, here they go. It looks like Panda's ready with troops to snipe that planet. But, yep, see, Panda's walking around there with troops in hand, looking to maybe come in and swipe it away from them. But it looks like Panda's instead going to go for the torpedo planet here. And torpedo ships are very valuable ships that allow you to especially win endgame fights, as they have the potential to kill large clusters of ships fairly easily. Looks like these players are fighting for control of these side moons. No one's gone to the center yet, which is expected. We're only 2 minutes into the match. So we usually expect to see that around 3 or 4 minutes in, when players start to make their way for the center planets. Oh, it looks like Panda will win that fight, and hold the planet, though the numbers are still fairly even.
And he is harassing Speedy's moons, that's for sure.
Yeah, and those interruptions are good. They set back the opponent's production, and really can lead to, more troops. And so harassing the moons is very important, and especially as God of Conquest, as I talked about earlier. Since you get a bonus troop from taking over the moons, not only do the taking over moons interrupt your opponent's production, but it also makes it refills your army by giving you a few bonus troops, and which is especially beneficial in the early game. And we see Speedy God's consolidated their forces and are harassing these moons here. We'll see what Panda does here. I think Panda is wanting to take those moons in that planet there, and yep, we'll see what strategy is being used here, but a little force to snipe that moon away. Now Panda's, I'm curious to see what they'll do. They have that large consolidated force on the right, And now they're gonna harass Moons. It looks like the numbers are slightly favoring Panda, but it's still an even game at this point. But here goes Panda coming in on this planet. We'll see if Speedy God decides to defend this or make a play for one of Red's planets. But it looks like they're consolidating, not wanting Red to be able to get 2 planets here in a row. And that this is a good play. But it looks like Panda might be going for the snipers. Oh. Nope, they've gone for the moons. I'm not exactly sure what Panda's doing, but we'll soon find out. Looks like Speedy God is doing their best to harass these moons and keep up the pressure, which is always a good thing. There should never be a moment in a competitive game when you're just sitting there doing nothing. There's always something you can be doing. And that's something that you notice about the best players is there's never a moment when they're just sitting around with nothing to do. They're always consolidating their troops, harassing moons, or mounting a huge attack. And it looks like Panda that's finally going in on the sniper planet. Oh, and it looks like Speedy God's going to try to contest that, but it's going to be really hard. And it looks like they've retreated. They're going against 74 troops. Oh, and now Panda's going for the sun, and this, if they can secure this buff here, this could mean a disaster for Speedy God, and they certainly know it. I would be consolidating as much as I can right now, and I'd try to make a play on this. Though they are starting to mine the asteroid, which maybe Panda's focusing on the sun buff, so they might not have noticed that. We'll have to see if the asteroid is actually going to be mined fast enough to make a difference here. And now the buff occurs, and Panda's probably just going to go right for the home base. So maybe not. Panda might not be confident enough in the numbers to just make a rush for the home base. And I'd be curious to see what Panda's... Oh, no, Panda has power everywhere, so that is not an issue. Looks like a consolidation effort's beginning here, though. As we can see, Panda's moving all their troops to that one planet. And here we go. That's the attack that can potentially be the last attack of the tournament. Yep, those buffed torpedo ships just absolutely wreck. Each one of the torpedoes can take out 2 ships, so one volley of torpedoes has the potential to take out 6 ships, which is compared to about 3 for a buffed missile, and 1 for all the laser ships.
Blue.
So this has been a good showing on both players' parts, and a good game that went almost 7 minutes.
And Panda keeps the crown. That's impressive.
Yeah. I expect the update to be released soon. I'll post in the Discord when it is. And yeah, that was a great tournament, guys. And I can't wait to see what the next one's like. See what kind of competition we've got.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one.